Hello there, this is David. Um, this is gonna be my Capstone project final report. So for this project, had a lot of fun making it. Uh, put to use a lot of the skills that I've learned throughout my course here. And oh well. So as you can probably see by my project proposal, my initial idea was to do either a Metroidvania or a hack and slash game. I gave myself about 3 days to see if I could apply the things that I've learned into the into a 3D project. And while I did succeed in doing that, I was advised not to do that for my capstone, just because there would be a lot of experimenting. And God, I'm glad I followed the advice because even though I did it in 2D, making an entire project uh, within these 8 weeks, and especially considering that I had a lot of stuff going on. I'm in at the same time as I'm taking my capstone project. I've also become an officer in a school club, and I've been doing my work-based learning. So, yes, besides some just general life things. So, oh well, my initial idea was this, and so for the first 2 weeks there was a lot of adjustment, even though I did give myself a timeline. For my first report, all that I had was a really simple movement system, and you can see I was just really using basic uh, Unity shapes, things like this. So for my second report, I had already made some assets over here, including these. These are actually they're not the final ones. These are the final ones because I kept getting some problems with Unity's editor. Just it was just giving me a lot of headaches. Um, it didn't really like the resolution. It didn't really keep the sprites where the sprites are supposed to be. The pixels were all over the place. Anyways, lots of tinkering with that. That was fun. I did this based off from this barbarian thing that I had sort of thought up. The initial sprites were actually in this format, and only then I changed to this other format, following this sort of a Castlevania. I used Castlevania sprites as a guideline just because I'm not used to doing um, pixel art. This is the HUD that I've made myself, and a lot of the sound effects I've made on BFXR. Some of them I did get from Zapsplat and just other free sources like it. So for the game itself, this is the main scene over here. I tried to keep it somewhat simple, mostly because really I didn't, despite having the 8 weeks, I trust me, I didn't have as much time as I'd like. I spent more time making the assets and working out a few things that were wrong. And yes, I spent like 2 days um, straight just doing 12-hour coding for the enemy systems. The enemies, they actually have a follow tracking system. They have all their sounds, all their animations. Players can use health potions. There's these goblins as well, besides the skeleton enemies that I had placed. And at the end of the level here, you have a boss. Um, so the main goal is as soon as you defeat the boss, you get to the windscreen. So I'm sorry if I'm getting a little ahead of myself over here. It's just oh well. Um, so let's go to the main menu screen. Over here, you might have seen this artwork before somewhere. The Dagger Edge Guild is the name that I had put for my project in the GDD for it. These buttons, they mostly work. It's just that the options button does lead to an options menu that only has the volume available, and since I didn't really set up the volume, I'm going to lower my computer's volume, and hopefully nobody goes deaf. Actually, I can just lower it on OBS so I can suffer on my own. Um, main issue, the main reason for this is when I was setting up the music, I had my headphones with their low volume, so I didn't really pay attention to that. I only noticed that uh, right before recording this video, and as you might be able to tell, I don't really have time to fix that right now, but I do intend on working on this project during my break because I've been having a lot of fun, even though it's been a lot of work. Um, oh well, so if we hit play over here, hold on, importing assets, yes. So again, this free asset, the music, the options menu does have the volume, the back, the quit. Um, the application close doesn't work in the editor, but it should close the game if I had actually made a separate build for it. So let's play. It takes us to the main screen. You can see over here. I've been trying to figure out what makes the enemy do this sort of laggy thing, this sort of glitch whenever they're chasing you. But oh well, you have this little combo over here. You can use the potions. You can actually this little secret over here. Anyways, I'm not going to go around and go ahead and fight every single enemy just for the sake of demonstrating the game. But oh well. Oh yeah, I had this. Had to, okay, he doesn't want to hit me. That's fine. Oh, look at that. Their animation broke after the last time I closed it. Okay, that's fun. That's fun. All right. Well, I swear these guys had. Okay. And there we go. So this had actually given us some technical problems because I forgot to assign the tag to the boss as boss again. Like I said, things got a little weird after my Oh yeah, you die over here if you go over here. So yes, let me just get back there and I'll be right back. Well, I'm really not sure why the you win screen is deciding to get nasty on me right on my final update. I know that the game over screen was working just fine, so that's pretty fun. Let me actually try and get it a little quicker over here, so that I can get these two to hit me pretty easily. So yeah, so you have the quit game and the main menu options over here, and yes, if I quit game again, the player quits the game. If I hit the main menu, it just loads up the main menu screen. Again, I'm really not sure. It was supposed to be showing up like this as soon as you destroy the boss enemy. Um, the boss tag is assigned to it. It was working just fine last time I booted this up. So, oh well. Um, but yes, for my final update, this is what I have. I've managed to create the controls for the player. I've managed to make this the little player combo system. See, there's something there's definitely something weird going on over here. Even though the object, did you see that? Oh well. Even though I'm disabling the object, it doesn't want to get disabled. But anyways, so That's probably just Unity acting up on me since I've been using it for a while today. Um, so yes, we have the game over screen. We have the you win screen. Um, like I said, Unity is acting up on me, and I should have probably recorded this a little earlier. Um, but oh well. Usually just restarting it makes these things work a little better. I'll probably upload something to my Google site afterwards, showing it as it works after I restart Unity. But yes, this is gonna be my report as of now. I've made two different enemy systems. They were both working up until not too long ago. It's really frustrating that they're not working as soon as I start recording. But yes, all the logic's over here. If you take a look into each one of these, they all have their patrol points. They go from one side to the other, from one point to the other point. They keep going back and forth. Um, they also have both the regular enemy scripts. They have the enemy combat scripts. Um, if you take a look over here, the enemy combat, there's not a whole lot of programming. The enemy script itself has about 290 something lines. The potion it has an effect that makes it float, just so it bobs up and down, just a little animation. There's the main menu, and honestly, the game over. Some really simple script over here. It should work just fine on both. Not sure why it's not. I opened up all the screens before just to, well, this for those little death zones that I kept falling into. Um, the little audio manager, enemy combat. I already showed this. The player movement. I did get some um, player controller off the internet, but I did have to do a lot of tweaks for it to work, especially with the platforms. I've spent so long with these platforms. Um, the player combat over here, it has how many lives? Oh god. Okay, yeah. So yes, I've done quite a bit with the player combat. There's iframes, there's knockback, um, there's the entire death uh, section over here. I should um, activate the death screen at the end. It's something is getting buggy over there. Not sure why. Same thing with the enemies. I think I put in the enemy script as soon as during their death. If they're tagged as a boss, the level complete screen should show up. Let's see. And yes, right here, it's the last thing that I've changed. So if compare tag boss, time scale, so the time's supposed to stop, and the win screen is supposed to be set active. Um, Again, this was working before. Not sure why it's not now, but oh well. I'll submit this and I'll look into that, and I'll be sure to work in this project. I've had a lot of fun, but there were times when it was so frustrating. Thank you very much for the class, and well, hope to see you soon.